Detention. Sucks, isn't it? You have to stay after class, being punished by having to write, "I will not mock the teacher again," 100 times on the blackboard. Your fingers are sore. Writing with chalk is not your favorite thing, especially having to do it 100 times. Oh, but that only shows you are weak, physically and intellectually. You should be ashamed, compared to the ancient Sumerians. They invented a writing system so knowledge could be passed down through the generations. Yep, you heard it right. They invented it. Let's rewind to about 4,000 years ago. Before Rome ruled, before Greece brought their stories of gods, there was one vital civilization in Mesopotamia. Ancient Sumeria was reaching the peak of human intellectual form by introducing schools. We know it as the Edubba, and you are one of its students. In the modern era, you might be used to seeing the Latin alphabet. You can easily read the text, "Hi, my name is Smith." If you're a little more skilled, perhaps you can read Chinese or Arabic text. But Sumerian text, that's a different story. In case you don't know, Sumerian writing is called cuneiform, and cuneiform is shaped like nails stacked to form different words. Knowledge of cuneiform can only be gained at the Edubba because it is an exclusive school with clear job prospects. You should be proud to enter the Edubba because it means you are the child of a wealthy family. Yes, this is antiquity, where education was not everyone's right. Educated people were usually only found in temples or palaces. That's why your father, a governor or famous magnate, sent you to the Edubba for prestige. You were once a rich kid who loved to party, and now you are a student being prepared to become a tupsar, an ancient Sumerian scribe. But it's just writing. It shouldn't be that difficult, right? Wrong. Remember, Sumeria just invented writing. It's a brand new thing. Not everyone can do it, especially with a script system like cuneiform. Spoiler alert, studying at the Edubba is much harder than your school in the modern age. As the pride son of your family, you must wake up before dawn to head to the Edubba. Then, you finally arrive at a spacious, mud brick-walled classroom. It is in that class that you practice writing. Yes, that one subject alone. But here too, you face a brutal curriculum. You'd better be physically strong, because after walking to class all morning, you have to stay there until evening. You have a brief break midday, so you better use it to recharge. When I say you must be physically strong, I mean literally. Because before you learn to write, you must first create a tablet from clay. Hey, isn't this a writing class? Why does it sound more like a pottery class? Once again, I tell you, this is a civilization older than Greece. Paper hasn't been invented yet. I hope you can have fun writing on stone. And by writing, I mean literally writing. The good news is, you don't have to carve into natural rocks. That's why you have to make a tablet from clay. Make sure its shape is square or round, because if you shape it like a jug or a bowl, you will struggle to write. Plus, the teacher will punish you. While the pottery is still wet, that's when you can write the words. There are no pens yet. You have to write with a small, pointed stick made of reeds. If you accidentally make a typo, you can still fix it. But you must be quick, because if the tablet dries, you have to repeat the entire process from scratch. With no disrespect to women, studying at the Edubba was truly a men's job. I mean, it was extremely difficult. Some women did study at the Edubba, but for specific purposes. They were usually set to become writers of hymns in the temple. But still, these women were also children of the wealthy. Regardless of status and gender, you study the same cuneiform. It's all shaped like stacks of nails. But unlike the modern Latin alphabet, which only has 26 letters, you must master hundreds of signs. Hundreds. And each sign represents a different syllable, word, or idea. This proves two things. First, the Sumerians were truly dedicated to learning. Second, what a downgrade for modern people, only knowing 26 letters and still misspelling them. Modern people even abbreviate words when sending messages. Unlike what the Edubba teaches, you cannot abbreviate because every symbol has meaning. And I gotta tell you, this lesson is going to be incredibly boring. All day you will only study long and tedious lists. Lists of animals, plants, names of gods, professions, and geographical terms. And that's just the basic level. You have to repeat it for days, the same text, writing it on dozens of tablets. The goal is not only to memorize it, but also for your muscles to get used to it so you can write faster. After all, you are going to be a scribe. You must be able to write quickly and efficiently. It's not like the emperor will speak more slowly just so you can write it down word by word. After you master the basics, then you move on to advanced material. Here, the lessons become more complex. You will study more useful subjects like mathematics, including arithmetic and geometry. This is very important because you will be the one helping to measure land and build irrigation projects. That's right. You will use that clay to write numbers and calculations. The good news is, algebra hasn't been invented in this era. Besides mathematics, you will also study literature. Stories of heroes and wars will be your daily meal. You will be copying the famous Epic of Gilgamesh. Who knows? You might be smarter and end up becoming a poet writing your own poems. What's certain is that by copying famous works, you are among those who are preserving Sumerian culture itself. You can write, so you are an intelligent person. Naturally, you will also study Kawu. You will learn about statutes, everything related to imperial sovereignty. There are many people who don't know the proper way to trade, so you must inform them through your writing. There are also people who don't know the boundaries of property land, so you must tell them with the official record you write. I already mentioned the female students of the Edubba who will later write Sumerian hymns. If you are a Sumerian woman, you should be proud that the results of your writing are now being sung by choirs in temples or court singers. Is that all? No! You are being prepared to become a tupsar. After graduating from the Edubba, you can have access to the clay. You are the person who can write anything, even a complaint to customer service. I mean, do you remember Ea Nazir? He was a copper merchant, and you agreed to buy copper ingots from him, but you were disappointed because Ea Nazir gave you ingots of poor quality. Instead of compensating you, Ea Nazir gave you a take-it-or-leave-it gesture. Because you are annoyed, you immediately create a tablet and write your complaint on it. Congratulations! You have successfully made Ea Nazir's reputation as a merchant terrible, and your complaint has become a meme in the modern age. That is a picture of your power. You can wield that power if you succeed as a tupsar. That's why you have to study diligently while at the Edubba, because it won't be easy. Like a school in the modern age, the Edubba also has a teacher organizational structure, or perhaps more accurately, a hierarchy system. In every Edubba, there will be the Umiya, expert teacher, and he holds absolute authority. Maybe similar to a principal, but more powerful, and he teaches you directly. Below him, there is the assistant teacher. As the name suggests, he is an assistant. He will carry the Umiya's supplies, and so on. Then, the most unique staff member is the one in charge of carrying the stick. What for, you ask? To make sure you remain disciplined in class. And by discipline, I mean giving you punishment, of course. Turns out, ancient Sumerian students were not much different from modern students, sometimes lazy and fond of joking. This staff member carrying the stick is ready to hit you if you make a mistake. Physical punishment is the most effective way to instill discipline, isn't it? When you are late for class, you will be punished, let alone chatting. Speaking without the teacher's permission will get you punished. Skipping class to lie under a shady tree? You will be punished. Is your writing messy? You will be punished. I'm not kidding. Yes, it sounds tough, because the result of your education at the Edubba will eventually make you a respected person in ancient Sumerian civilization. You record all the important things in the empire. You are rich and educated. Double privilege. This is serious. Sumerian ancient education is not for the weak. So, the next time you complain about being told to write the same text 100 times, remember that Edubba students had to do it for days throughout their youth.